Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Lipakshi Kurana, coming up in the next 30 minutes. India closes airspace for aircrafts registered, operated, owned or leased by Pakistani airlines. Issues notum till May 23rd for both civilian and military planes. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio speaks with India's External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar, reaffirms US commitment against terrorism, tells Pakistani PM of the need to condemn the terror attack in Pahalgam. After a delay of over 2 months, US signs historic natural resources deal with Ukraine. Both sides agree to establish the United States-Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund. India approves to conduct the first official caste census since independence. Government says the move will strengthen the social and economic structure of the society. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate India's first ever flagship media and entertainment industry summit, Waves 2025 in Mumbai. Summit to position India as a global creative and digital powerhouse. And on to the details now. In a major development following the Pahalgam terror attack, India has closed its airspace to Pakistani aircraft, affecting civil and military flights. The move, conveyed through a notice to airmen issued on Wednesday, comes in direct response to Islamabad's earlier airspace restrictions on Indian flights. The ban will be in place till the early morning of May 24th. As per the current notum, India closes its airspace for all flights from Pakistan. India also issues a notice to airmen restricting its airspace. Well, notum in force from April 30th to May 23rd, and the restriction applies to Pakistani registered, operated or leased aircraft. Also, the ban will be applicable for all the commercial and military aircraft of Pakistan. The Ministry of Civil Aviation said in a statement that the restriction applies from ground level to unlimited altitude. Also, restriction on all Pakistani registered, operated or leased aircraft ordered to cover both civil and military planes. Restriction applies from ground level to unlimited altitude, and with the Indian government's formal decision now in effect, Pakistan-based carriers will need to rely on alternative routes, primarily via China or the Arabian Sea, to reach Southeast Asian region. Pakistan needs to rely on alternative routes for Southeast Asian region. Pakistan will have to reroute flights via China or the Arabian Sea. And after the Pahalgam tragedy, the Union government had taken several measures to increase diplomatic and strategic pressure. These included suspending the Indus Waters Treaty, reducing the staff at the Pakistan High Commission and closing the Atari border checkpost. India's action after the Pahalgam terror attack: India suspends the Indus Water Treaty and India reduces staff at the Pakistan High Commission. Also, India closes the Atari border checkpost. Well, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio held a telephonic conversation with External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar late on Wednesday. US State Department in a statement said that the US Secretary of State expressed his sorrow for the lives lost in the horrific terrorist attack in Pahalgam and reaffirmed the United States' commitment to cooperation with India against terrorism. Well, Rubio also encouraged India to work with Pakistan to de-escalate tensions and maintain peace and security in South Asia. And Marco Rubio also spoke to Pakistani Prime Minister Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif. In his conversation with Sharif, Rubio emphasized the need to condemn the April 22nd terror attack in Pahalgam and urged Pakistani officials to cooperate in investigating this unconscionable attack. He also encouraged Pakistan to work with India to de-escalate tensions, re-establish direct communications and maintain peace and security also in South Asia. And another incident of ceasefire violation was reported across the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir during the night of 30th April 1st May. Pakistan Army Post initiated unprovoked small arms fire across the line of control opposite Kupwara, Uri and Akhnur in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. In response to these provocations, the Indian Army responded proportionately. An Indian government on Wednesday decided to include the caste enumeration in the forthcoming census exercise. Well, the Cabinet Committee on Political Affairs, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has taken a decision in this regard. Briefing media in New Delhi about the decision, Information and Broadcasting Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw said some states have done this well, while some others have conducted such surveys purely from a political angle and in a non-transparent way.
30/4/2025 के दिन प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में राजनीतिक विषयों की कैबिनेट समिति ने यह निर्णय लिया है कि जातियों की गणना को आने वाली जनगणना में सम्मिलित किया जाए। यह इस बात को दर्शाता है कि वर्तमान सरकार देश और समाज के सर्वांगीण हितों और मूल्यों के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। जैसे कि पहले भी जब समाज के गरीब वर्गों को 10% आरक्षण का प्रावधान किया गया, तब भी समाज के किसी घटक में तनाव उत्पन्न नहीं हुआ था।
Well, the last time caste census was conducted was in 1931 when India was still under the British rule. And moving on, India's Piyush Goyal has concluded his productive visit to Norway, the first by Commerce and Industry Minister from India in over 25 years. He expressed confidence that his engagements with the political and business leadership there gave him immense confidence the ties are set to enter a new phase of trust and growth. Before concluding the visit, the minister held an interaction with leading Norwegian investors. During a panel discussion, they deliberated on investment opportunities in India's capital markets and the potential of GIFT City to emerge as a new gateway for investors amidst the evolving global economic landscape. Also earlier, Piyush Goyal also interacted with the India-Norway business community at the Innovation Norway Centre. He spoke on strengthening of ease of doing business in India, the country's investment climate, global talent leadership, tech expansion and TEPA-driven opportunities for Norwegian investors. And we get you all the updates from the much-anticipated milestone event, Waves 2025, which is set to open in Mumbai today. Well, the Maiden World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit, or WAVES, is set to open at Mumbai's Geo World Convention Centre on Thursday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate it. The opening day will see panel discussions featuring actors such as Amitabh Bachchan and Akshay Kumar as the moderator. A 30-member orchestra will showcase the journey of Indian cinema. An invocation by M.M. Keeravani will also take place. DD India's Deepika Meheto reports for more.
The stage is all set and India is all set to welcome more than 30 countries from all across the globe, right from leading industry talents to all the stakeholders related to the industry of world audio, visual and entertainment. Waves is all set to open with a grand glitz opening ceremony.
The first ever World Audio, Visual and Entertainment Summit 2025, or WAVES, is all set to open in Mumbai with a grand ceremony witnessing performances by various renowned artists. The event will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Mumbai's Geo World Convention Centre. From a stirring invocation by M.M. Keeravani to a 30-member orchestra showcasing journey into India's cinema and storytelling, the event will open with glitz and glamour. The flagship event, organized by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, aims at bringing together the world's leading media, entertainment and technology giants beginning from May 1st and will conclude on May 4th. The event is all set to be attended by more than 30 countries, film and television personalities, whereas Day 1 will have a high-profile panel discussion titled Legends and Legacies, the stories that shaped India's soul, featuring iconic actors such as Amitabh Bachchan, Hema Malini and more. And the session will be moderated by actor Akshay Kumar.
It's a great initiative, and for India to host an event like that, it's very inspiring for all the youth. It's very inspiring for all the creators. I think it's a great hub to start off with. I think something like for us, I think it's a great opportunity where you can really showcase your talent, and India becomes that hub to nurture it.
The inaugural function will be a showcase of India's culture, tradition, and India's growth in the media and entertainment industry, beginning with the help of various segments and pavilions. These include Bharat Pavilion. The Bharat Pavilion is a tribute to India's soul, encapsulating the country's ancient storytelling legacy, offering global audiences a deep dive into India's media. Exhibition Pavilion. The Exhibition Pavilion is a dynamic showcase of imagination meeting innovation. From cutting-edge technology to future-forward trends, it exhibits Indian and global breakthroughs in media and entertainment. Gaming Arcade. The Gaming Arcade is an electrifying hub of immersive gameplay. Waves Bazaar. The Waves Bazaar is a global marketplace for the creator economy that facilitates B2B and B2G collaborations, buyer-seller meets, co-production tie-ups, and the exchange of content rights across formats, from scripts and music to niche content like animation and comics. WaveX. The WaveX is a platform where visionary ideas turn into global ventures through live pitching sessions, funding opportunities, and showcasing innovations in the media and entertainment sector. Creators Fair. Creators Fair is a visionary hub crafted by creators. It is a dynamic stage celebrating imagination and innovation, tradition and technology. Apart from this, the event will also host global media dialogue along with a national gathering on community radio. As the first ever event of its kind, Waves 2025 will promote cultural diversity, innovation and equitable access to media platforms.
So what are you waiting for? Stay tuned with DD India for all the latest updates from Mumbai as we bring you all the latest information from Waves, world's and India's first audio, visual and entertainment summit that will bring you an array of opportunities and entertainment. With camera person Monty, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Mumbai.
And India takes center stage at Waves 2025, where creativity meets technology. India's public broadcaster, Prasar Bharati, is set to play a pivotal role in taking it to the world using 4K coverage and seamless transmission. DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya reports for more.
In a world fueled by stories, innovation and creativity, India is stepping boldly into a new era of possibilities. Welcome to Waves Summit 2025, where imagination meets industry and the future of global media is being shaped. This year, Waves Summit brings together the brightest minds, visionary creators, and industry pioneers from across the world, all under one roof, united by one vision: to position India as the global hub for media and entertainment. Bringing this extraordinary event to life is Prasar Bharati, the official media broadcaster for Waves Summit 2025.
Prasar Bharati has always worked very closely with all the broadcasters within India, whether it is sharing our own infrastructure with other radio stations or also providing TV channels with a platform to carry their signals to the audiences through the DD Free Dish. So similarly, the Waves OTT allows a number of other channels. More than 70-75 channels are already being broadcast there. And there are also a very large number of content producers who've used this platform to take their content to the audiences. And we've always firmly believed that it's mutually beneficial for the sector to grow as a whole. It benefits us, it benefits the other broadcasters, and of course our audiences all over India and all over the world.
Harnessing the power of 4K technology, Prasar Bharati is delivering every moment in breathtaking detail. With a massive deployment of over 80 cameras, including 3 Jimmy Jibs for smooth cinematic shots and 4 RF cameras for dynamic moving coverage, every angle every story is captured flawlessly. The magic doesn't stop there. To ensure seamless transmission, Prasar Bharati is transporting signals from Mumbai via satellite and cutting-edge GSM mobile technology using more than 20 advanced backpack transmitters across the venue. And for precision and flexibility, robotic PTZ cameras are also in action, covering every corner, every expression, every breakthrough moment.
Waves Summit 2025 isn't just an event, it's a movement redefining global media and entertainment. With Kabas and Ashish, this is Taposh Bhattacharya for DD India from Mumbai.
And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. Barcelona and Inter share draw in a 6-goal thriller as 17-year-old Yamal makes Champions League history. And world marks International Labour Day, celebrating workers' rights and achievements globally.
Bharat welcomes the world to a new era of creativity. Waves World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit as Mumbai hosts the global stage for creativity and innovation. Connecting creators through Creatosphere, where emerging voices rise. Wave Accelerator, where ideas meet global investors. Waves Bazaar, a global marketplace for content. Connecting countries through global media dialogue and industry roundtable. Bharat Pavilion, capturing India's rich history of storytelling.
वेव्स के रूप में भारत एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बनाने जा रहा है जिसमें दुनिया के एंटरटेनमेंट लैंडस्केप पर उसको बदलने की क्षमता होगी.
From culturals to cinema, gaming to animation, fueling the next wave of entertainment. Connecting creators, connecting countries. Waves 2025.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Vipakshi Kuran. And moving on, the US and Ukraine have signed a natural resources deal allowing Washington access to Kyiv's rare minerals deposits. The two countries signed the accord in Washington after months of intense and sometimes fraught negotiations, with uncertainty persisting until the last moment, with word of an 11th hour snag. The agreement gives the US preferential access to new Ukrainian natural resources deals, but does not automatically hand Washington a share of Ukraine's mineral wealth or any of its gas infrastructure. It provides for creation of a joint US-Ukrainian fund for reconstruction, which will receive 50% of profits and royalties accruing to the Ukrainian state from new natural resources permits in Ukraine. Trump's administration called the accord as a new form of US commitment to Kyiv after the end of military aid.
This partnership allows the United States to invest alongside Ukraine to unlock Ukraine's growth assets, mobilize American talent, capital, and governance standards that will improve Ukraine's investment climate and accelerate Ukraine's economic recovery. Today's agreement signals clearly to Russian leadership that the Trump administration is committed to a peace process centered on a free, sovereign, and prosperous Ukraine over the long term.
Well, ahead of the historic agreement, US President Donald Trump said at the cabinet meeting that a deal had been agreed and he assumes Ukraine is going to honor it.
As you know, we're looking for rare earth all the time. Rare earth is called rare for a reason. And they have a lot, and we made a deal where our money is secure, where we can start digging and doing what we have to do. It's also good for them because you'll have an American presence at the site, Chris. And the American presence will, I think, keep a lot of bad actors out of the country, or certainly out of the area where we're doing the.
Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney spoke with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Wednesday and underscored Canada's commitment to supporting Ukraine in achieving lasting peace and security. Well, the Canadian Prime Minister's office said in a statement, Zelensky congratulated him on his election in Monday's vote, and the two leaders agreed that a durable peace can only be achieved with Ukraine at the table. Also, US President Donald Trump said that Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is looking to make a trade deal and will visit the White House within the next week. Trump said he had congratulated Carney on Monday's election win when the Canadian leader called on Tuesday.
I think we're going to have a great relationship. He's a pretty liberal guy. But no, I spoke to him yesterday. He couldn't have been nicer. And I congratulated him. You know, it was a very mixed signal because it's almost even, which makes it very complicated for the country. It's a pretty tight race. But he's a very nice gentleman. And he's going to come to the White House very shortly, within the next week or less.
And the world's oldest person, Brazilian nun Ina Canavaro Lucas, passed away on Wednesday at the age of 116. Born on June 8, 1908, Sister Ina became the world's oldest living person in January, following the death of Japan's Tomiko Ituka, who was also 116. Known for her life of faith and service, Canavaro spent decades as a devoted member of the Teresian Sisters. The congregation paid tribute to her legacy, expressing gratitude for the dedication and devotion she showed throughout a long and fruitful life. And on to some sports news now. Five-time champion Chennai Super Kings was officially knocked out of IPL 2025 playoffs race after a 4-wicket defeat to Punjab Kings at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chibok on Wednesday. With just 2 wins in 10 matches, Chennai became the first team to be eliminated from the playoffs race. The defeat marked the 5th loss at home this season. The slide has been steep and steady. In 2020, CSK missed the playoffs for the first time, finishing second last. 2 years later, it finished 9th. This year, it has fallen off the cliff once again. Punjab, on the other hand, climbed to the 2nd spot. They have won 6 matches with 13 points. And in football, Spanish club Barcelona fought their way back to play out a 6-goal draw against Italian club Inter Milan in their Champions League semi-final first leg on Wednesday. Denzel Dumfries scored twice for Inter, while Barca's 17-year-old starlet Lamine Yamal dazzled with a brilliant individual effort to kickstart the host fight back. Playing his 100th game at 17 years and 291 days old, Yamal became the youngest player to score in a Champions League semi-final, surpassing Kylian Mbappe, who was 18 when he did it in 2017. The breathless affair leaves the tie in the balance with the second leg of the semi-finals on Tuesday in Milan. And today, the world observes International Labour Day, a tribute to the tireless efforts and rights of workers globally. Known also as May Day, the occasion honours the social and economic achievements of the labour force. Here's a report.
Observed every year on May 1st, International Labour Day commemorates the historic struggles and victories of the working class. In India, the day is marked with respect for workers across formal and informal sectors who are the backbone of nation's economy. From daily wage earners to salaried professionals, the collective contribution of the workforce drives India's progress. On this day, trade unions and labour organizations hold rallies and awareness campaigns advocating for workers' rights, fair wages, safe working conditions and dignity at work. The Government of India continues to focus on labour reforms and social security measures under various schemes like Pradhan Mantri, Shram Yogi, Manadhan and eShram. With a growing emphasis on skilling, inclusion and digital empowerment, India's workforce is being prepared for a changing economic landscape. The rise of economy workers, increased participation of women, and youth-led innovation mark a dynamic shift in labour demographics. As the world transitions into new forms of work, the spirit of International Labour Day serves as a reminder to respect, empower, and protect the workforce that fuels our global future. Kriti Vadhera's report for DD India.
All right, that's all for this edition of DD India Live. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. Well, we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lipakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.